While the two neighbors are busy trading charges over shelling at Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, the world stands in fear of a possible catastrophe as Kiev claimed fresh pounding around the power plant on Thursday. While calling out Russia, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that the power plant has struck 5 times since yesterday, including a place near the radioactive materials storage. He further added that Russia was using the nuke plant to threaten the world and sought its complete demilitarization. Russia, on the other hand, claimed that the Ukrainian shelling had partly damaged a thermal power plant and splashed pools that form parts of the reactor's cooling systems. Listen in.
Те, що відбувається зараз навколо Запорізької АЕС, це один з найбільших злочинів держави-терориста. Сьогодні зафіксовані чергові прильоти російських снарядів по території станції в безпосередній близькості від об'єктів АЕС. Росія вкотре пробила дно у світовій історії тероризму. Ніхто більше не використовував атомну станцію так очевидно для погроз усьому світу і для висування якихось там умов. І абсолютно усі в світі мають реагувати негайно, щоб вигнати окупантів з території Запорізької атомної станції.
Now, looking at the gravity of the situation, UN Security Council convened an emergency meet to address the nuclear power plant crisis. The UN chief, Antonio Guterres, urged for the withdrawal of military personnel and equipment. He called for Russia and Ukraine not to target the facilities or surrounding area of the nuclear power plant. This as International Atomic Energy Agency Chief Rafael Grossi briefed the 15-member Security Council yesterday at the request of Russia. He said that he was ready to lead an IAEA mission to the nuclear power plant and called on Russia and Ukraine to cooperate for inspectors' visit. Further adding that this is a grave hour that needs to be dealt with seriously. Listen in.
This is a serious hour, great hour, and the IAEA must be allowed to conduct its mission to Zaporizhzhia as soon as possible.
Meanwhile, the United States backed the call for a demilitarized zone around the plant. During the UN meet, U.S. Undersecretary for Arms Control and International Security said that a visit by the International Atomic Energy Agency cannot wait any longer. Listen.
The United States reiterates the importance of facilitating access for IAEA personnel to address nuclear safety, security, and safeguards concerns at the Zaporizhzhia facility, as well as at other nuclear facilities around the country, in a manner that respects Ukrainian sovereignty. This visit cannot wait any longer. We once again call on Russia to cease all military operations at or near Ukraine's nuclear facilities and insist that Russia immediately return full control of the Zaporizhzhia facility to Ukraine.
While India's permanent representative to the UN called for mutual restraint and warned of dire consequences if any accident takes place at the nuke facility.
Господин председатель. In this context, it is necessary for all of us to adequately appreciate the importance of equity.
季先生，我感谢帕腾特别代表。
Господин председатель. In this context,
India expresses its concern over the reports of shelling near the spent fuel storage facility of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. We call for mutual restraint so as not to endanger the safety and security of nuclear facilities. Mr. President, India continues to remain concerned over the situation in Ukraine. Since the beginning of the conflict, India has consistently called for an immediate cessation of hostilities and an end to violence. We've called upon both sides to return to the path of diplomacy and dialogue. We support all diplomatic efforts to end the conflict.
Now, the nuclear power plant is the largest in Europe with 6 reactors. The power plant was captured by Russia after the country began its Ukrainian invasion. Late February this year, it was also the first such plant ever to be involved in any conflict.
Также сработала система защиты, отключившая подачу электроэнергии. В результате украинского обстрела была повреждена высоковольтная линия Каховки.